This is Raven Williams going over anesthetic equipment and monitoring devices. And I do not have everything. If I don't go over it, I don't have it. And yes, I procrastinated too much and wasn't able to do it. If you give me 0, I understand. I hope you give me just a little bit of credit. Okay, start with the endotracheal tube. This is the end that goes to the machine. It hooks up to the anesthetic machine like so. And we got your bevel eye, or the bevel, or this is the bevel, and this is the Murphy eye right here. And we also have the cuff, which blows up with the balloon over here. It's called the pilot tube. So demonstration of that, we put the tube in, and say if the dental or the tube is too small, you just put a little bit in there, and that kind of seals that around the trach tube. Okay. Next we have the induction mask, which is this, and it also connects to the machine. Connect to it, and say you can't get the trach tube in, or you need to mask something for any other reason, you just put the mask on the face and make sure it's a good seal, so there's no gas coming out, and they're getting the correct amount of whatever you need in them. Okay, we have an oxygen source. Our oxygen source is in the other room right there. We got this one we're using now, and there's that one, and our extra right there. And it goes in through the wall over here into our machine. And while I'm over here, this is the scavenger system, the FAIR, and it takes any extra anesthetic from that runs over into that scavenging system instead of into the air. It keeps the personnel from having to breathe in any anesthetic. It's a safety measure. Okay. The oxygen source, we use a rebreathing system, which is in a non-rebreathing in a rebreathing system, the oxygen goes back into this bag. It goes through the CO2 chamber, and any extra goes into the scavenging system. So the CO2 is taken out, and the oxygen is put into this bag, and the patient rebreathes that. And in a non-rebreathing system, the oxygen they breathe is directly put somewhere else, or and they just breathe anesthetic and oxygen from one direct source, and then breathe out to another direct source. Okay. And our respiratory monitor is just this little breathe safe 3 thing. It has a device that feels when you're breathing on it. It beeps, and when they don't breathe for a while, it will beep continuously to let us know that they are breathing. I'll start beeping here in a minute. Okay, show you the scavenger system. Okay, in our ambu bag, we can connect it to an oxygen source this way, with the tube to the oxygen source. We can just use room air. You press this firmly to the face and breathe for them. See, it's beeping because nothing's breathed into it for a while. So, all right, see, the ambu bag, you can't breathe into the ambu bag. It will it will be released in this valve right here, so the patient won't be breathing any CO2. So you can use it with the mask, which I believe this is just meant for a small child, and maybe a small dog or something, but can connect this to the endotracheal tube and breathe for them that way. And the other features are you can hold oxygen in this part of the bag, and you squeeze this to breathe for them. There's a lock valve on here. I believe it's for infants if you want to take the lock off, and you can see when you block it off, you can squeeze it. Usually you're not supposed to. I believe that's something for infants, but when you lock it properly, you aren't supposed to be able to do that. See, you can't squeeze it. It's a way to test that there's no leaks. Okay, and now the anesthesia machine to disassemble and reassemble it. Okay, take the tubes off. Let's see here. Tubes off to the patient. There's 2 tubes in here. The blue tube that's inside goes directly into the patient, and when they breathe out, they breathe out into the larger tube, and that heats the air of the air going in and keeps it from going back into the patient. And this is the inlet valve, so it's going that way, and we got the outlet valve that's going into the machine. Okay, and this is the scavenger system. Take the tubes off it. Okay, we got our O2 flush valve and our flow meter. We can disassemble this from these, and we can unscrew this and take this whole thing off. Okay, and to take off these little granules, this turns the CO2. This absorbs the CO2 and keeps it from going back into the patient. We discussed that. Alright, and you got your pop-off valve right here. You can shut that, and it acts as an ambu bag. You can squeeze this bag, and it goes directly into the lungs. No, if there's excess, it goes through the pop-off valve into the scavenger. And if the pop-off valve is down, then it does not, it stays trapped in the lungs. Okay. And this shows the pressure that's in the lungs. It's the pressure of water. You don't want it to go over 20 or 30. Anywhere over that, it's too much pressure in the lungs. Okay. And you can unscrew this to put your anesthetic in there. Turn this on, then that starts the anesthesia going through the valves. The flow meter shows how much oxygen is going through, and the CO2. The O2 flush valve. That when you push that, it does not go through your anesthetic machine. Through here, it bypasses it and goes directly into this bag, so that there's not that much pressure going directly into the patient. Okay, so we're disassembled. tube back on here. I believe that's all our tubes. Okay, and then going to show you the direction of oxygen and anesthetic. Okay, so we saw the oxygen things in there. All right, so they come through the wall into our into here to our anesthesia machine. So it goes in here, and let's see. All right, this one goes over to the flow meter, and through the rest of the machine. Okay, so in here to the normal. Oh gosh, I can't really see. I'm not doing this well. Okay. So this is the normal flow, and if you push the CO2, it bypasses everything and goes through here, back around here, straight into the system, to the in here and to the patient. So it's got two ways to go. Alright, and this is the usual route. It goes through here, right, and then around. And then around here, and then to our flow meter, and it shows us how much oxygen we're using. Alright, and then to the flow meter, it goes right here and around to our little inlet of the isoflurane, and the isoflurane is vaporized and put into the flow of air. Comes out here, goes down again. Alright, we got our isoflurane and oxygen going through here. Okay, through here and around and right here. So this one has the oxygen and the isoflurane, and this one just has oxygen. So it goes through here, and either of those go through this this hose, and then into the outlet, into the patient, and then when they breathe out, it goes back in and through here. This is the outflow. Okay, and through here, if there's too much of this outflow of air, it will go down here into the scavenging system down here, and if not, it will stay in the bag. It will go down here through the granules into the bag and have our reservoir of oxygen and anesthetic right there. And that is the flow of oxygen and anesthetic. Thank you.